What is going on, guys? Carlos here from Live Gaming Paradise. We are back again with another episode of the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. This time we're going to go and do a quest called Guidance of Ages Past, and this one you get when you complete everything up in the Dragon Head Mountain or Dragon Head Sky Island. So if this is the first time you're here, thank you very much for watching. Please comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you're a regular or a member, thank you so much for your support. Really appreciate it. Right, so you get that mask when you open those big doors. If you keep following my videos, it was the previous video that I've done on these. You get to open like these big doors, and you get a mask, and you have to carry that mask and put it on a device, on a flying device like I did just now, with a propeller, so it can guide you down. And you will have like a beam, because if you leave it in a pedestal, it's not going to have that beam pointing down. It will disappear halfway through. So you need to carry it with you, and you're gonna need it to activate the next part of the quest anyway. So so you need to glide down all the way down. There's going to be like a little pedestal in here and a monument. You just have to follow where the beam is going, and make sure that you use some chargers to recharge your battery to get you all the way over there, because it is quite a long flight. So when you get in here, we're gonna go and land right here, because we're gonna need that mask. So just land as close to the pedestal as you possibly can, and then just remove the mask from the flying device and put it on this pedestal in here to activate a lift. Right, this is a really long quest, and I've cut many different parts, especially all of the cutscenes. I've cut all of that, and many parts that I was just wandering around trying to find out exactly how to do certain things, because quests like these that take like hours, I won't repeat them again. Small quests like shrines and shrine quests, I'll repeat them. I will do them one time, and then I'll do them another time for recording. But these quests are much longer and take a lot of time and a lot of messing around, so I won't repeat them. I'll just use the initial footage that I recorded, and I try to edit it as best as I can. But even though if I had to repeat all of these, knowing exactly where everything is, it would still take me hours anyway, because this is a really long quest. There's a lot of elements. The first thing obviously is going to be you putting the mask, so you just have to take the mask from the pedestal, and then as you can see, there's going to be kind of like a frame at the end, and on the frame there's going to be a body, and you're going to put the mask right above the body, and then the rest of the quest revolves around us getting the arms and the legs, and they're going to be in very different places. And there's an elaborate cutscene explaining exactly what you're going to need to do and where the locations are. And they're going to be marked with kind of like torches, like green torches. Some of them are a little bit out of the way, some of them are close by, but they all involve quite a lot of things in order to get the bits that you necessary to complete the robot. And then there's going to be a major fight right at the end, and I've separated that into a different video, because this video is already running 26 minutes, because it's a very long quest. Even with all the editing, I still couldn't put it down from, cut it down from 26 minutes, because it was just impossible. So this is where we're going to go first. We're going to go east, and we're going to go to this area here, and that's the left leg depot. So as you can see on the mini map, the dot is where the robot is, and to the east is where we are. So this one is pretty straightforward. You click on the panel, activates this lift, and then you will drop down this box, and the objective is to take the box to where the robot is, and then we can kind of like assemble the robot piece by piece. That's going to be the way to do it. So use your ultra hand, and we're going to put it on the lift to the left of me here, to just put it on this lift in here, and then just climb on top of it, activate the rockets, and that should kick the box right up to the top. And then in here we need to do a little bit of magic and put this box onto this ramp in here, and then we need to swivel that kind of lever to the left and adjust the degree of tilt on this platform so we can get on top of it, attach a rocket to it, and then we get shot off towards the other side. So this one, you just go from the right to the left and you keep on turning until you see that it's about this much right there. You don't want to put it too high because or else you'll hit the top, so you want to put it at a lower distance because you're going to gain a little bit of lift because of the rocket. So attach the rocket over to the box, then we're going to need to go on top of the box in here and strike the rocket and get it over towards the other side, so the rocket will shoot you over towards this bit in here. Then you can just get off, get your box again, and then we're going to go and put it on the outside. There's going to be like a kind of like an area in here where you can just drop it down. As you can see, the robot is at the top of the screen, so if you just drop it down here, and then I went to explore the rest of this thing in here because there's going to be a chest around this area. I didn't pick up all the chests, but I tried to pick up the majority of them, you know, the ones that I could. In this one in here, all you need to do is literally use your ultra hand and move the chest outside onto the ramp here on the left hand side. Very, very simple to do. And then all you need to do is see what's inside of the chest. You just do it exactly like this. I'm exemplifying. I was going to cut this part of the video because I've told you already how to do it, but I'm just exemplifying it to show you exactly how to do it. And then all you need to do is just go inside the chest and get what's inside. It's going to be a large zonite, so it's always handy to have. Now what we need to do is attach the leg onto the robot, so we just need to do exactly the same thing. There's going to be quite a few baddies around here, so just try to avoid them, or if you want to fight them, you can just fight them, put the box down and fight them. But you got to remember, you need to keep as much stamina as possible, because we're going to need all of that further down the line. So I mean stamina and health as possible. Make sure that you've got some meals cooked because there's a lot to do in order to complete this quest. So we put the box down right next to the robot, and then you just get the leg and you just do the leg exactly like where it's flashing on the mold at the back. You just have to get it close to it, and there you go. That's the first one done. We got 3 more to do, and afterwards we're going to assemble and ride this robot. And that area as well, I cut all of that out because it was just too much walking and nothing happening. There's going to be a lot of things along the way that you need to fight, but there was no puzzles or anything like that. You just have to follow where the map dot is telling you. Now we need to go over to this side in here. As you can see, we're going south to the next location on the map. There's going to be quite a few things to do in this one, and it involves a lot of lava, so it is something that you need to be aware of. We need to do a lot of bridges. Left Arm Depot is the name of this one, and then there's a panel in here. You can see it on the minimap exactly where it is. It's just further south, but they're all lit up anyway, so it's not like something that that you need to go and look for. That's the only thing that is lit up around the area, so you should be able to find it very easily. Once you get in, you got 2 things again. The bars will close, so you won't be able to get out. And then you got a door here on the left, so we need to go all hit that wheel so the door can open. And then in here, it's a real long way to make this bridge. So you need to kind of like use Sidon and use his power to create these slabs. And then you need to assemble 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them in order to make a bridge across the lava here towards the other side. And that's going to be the same thing when we go into the next area. That's the only way I could find how to do this. It's a really tricky one. It took me quite a long time to work out a method of crossing that lava, but that looks like the only method that I could find. And then you need to attach 1 more in this area here, because it looks like it's a tiny little bit longer than the other one, and I couldn't quite fit the bridge in here, so or the makeshift bridge in here. So once you do all of these, you can just put it down, and as you can see, even with one more, it was tough to align the bridge, try to get it exactly right. But there you go. This is the best that I could do with what I had, because there's nothing else in here. So I don't know if you're meant to like kind of use something else in order to do this. I couldn't find anything. There's going to be some chests around this area as well. I didn't include them. I did collect them. They're to the right in the platform that you have to climb the ladders. Very straightforward to get there. You won't miss it. You will most likely go there because you see the ladders and you see that there's a platform at the top. Because it took me a little bit longer to do this bit, I decided not to include that in here, that chest. Right. Now we go to the end of this area in here. Another ladders to the left. There's going to be some more goodies to get up the top. In here, you use your ultra hand, hold it for as long as you possibly can, and then all you need to do is just drop it. If you drop it down and use recall, then you're going to be able to put the kind of like the entrance up, and you can just literally walk through it. That's it. And then in here we need to put this thing in the water and let the water drag it down. So you need to put it like as close as possible to where it needs to go. So you need to go towards this waterfall in here. There's no foot in here, so you need to kind of like come out and use your ultra hand and just stretch it as much as you can. I'll go to the sides, and you need to kind of like put it all the way towards the end so it can tilt down and get dragged by the water right down to the bottom, exactly where the robot assembly is. So we'll be able to assemble one more bit of the robot, and then we will have two left to do. And these ones are pretty difficult as well. They're just hard to get to. I'm going to try to explain as best as I can, because I got lost quite a few times looking for one of these guys in here. But as you can see, this bridge here will take you a couple of places, and we use this river for another one of these bits of the robot. So it's just a very long quest that you need to look around and try to find the best way of bringing these parts over to the robot. But it's not difficult, it's just tricky. So when you get down here, we're going to drop this box in here, and that's the right arm that we're assembling now. So the right part of the robot is done, and we just need to do the left part, the left leg and the left arm. Now we're going to go over to the next area, so be prepared, because it's going to be a lot of walking around. So the next one that I've decided is going to be this one in here. So it's going to be west of where the robot is, and I decided to choose this pathway in here and just keep on going up. As you can see, it's on an elevated platform, so we need to kind of like use ascend if we can, and we need to illuminate this area as much as we can, because it's kind of like a little bit dark. So the bright blooms work really well. If you've got anything else that can light up the way, that works really well as well. But as you can see, there's some platforms underneath, and it's very easy to do this one, to go over to where it is. You just climb this first block in here, and then the second one, and then just use ascend in here, and you'll be right outside the door. Very, very, very easy to do. The further one is going to be a little bit harder, but the right arm depot, which is this one, is going to be a little easier to get to than the next one. Right, when we get in here, we will get the same panel in here that we need to activate. This one took me a very long time to find a working method. I'll try to explain as best as I can how I got there and what I did to get there. But basically what you do, you make a car with 4 wheels, and you need to use another kind of like slab on the side, so the car won't tilt, and you'll be able to take your arm across to the top. So in this area here is very easy to do. You just drop it in here, and it will take it up to the top on the conveyor belt. So it's very, very easy to do. When we get up here, the area there's another problem with this area here. The area that you need to ride on is electrocuted. So this is a good thing in one way, that you won't run out of batteries, so any device that you put on top of it will continuously be powered. but obviously if you touch it, that's going to electrocute you. So what I did was this one. I just put like a card, attach it to the side to try to balance it, and the wheels underneath, you see, they're like in the middle, so it's all counterbalancing towards one side, and it's kind of like that slab on the right hand side is actually protecting it. And this is the only way that I could do to do it. Instead of like putting through the video and assembling everything, I'll just show you the end product, and then you can just take it from that. Basically work out a way to take it yourself. But that's basically what I did. I took it once to one side like that. I had to change all the wheels again, and you won't be able to take it through here, so we're going to need to go towards the other side. There's too much corruption, and you won't be able to do it in here, but we can do it through that side over there. So there's like the gate is broken in here. You can just go over through the top and take it towards the other side, and that's the way that I done this one. So I'm just leaving this part in here so you know exactly where I went. But as you can see, I'm looking around. I have no idea where to take this. I'm just experimenting, and I'm showing you what I did in order to work it out, the best way of taking this box down. But yeah, basically the electric sort of like ramp is a really tough one to work out, but it's not impossible, so you should be able to work it out easily. Right, so when we get into this area in here, as you can see, this is that channel with the water that we used previously. So we need to find a way of like dropping it right down there and letting it go down the waterfall. Obviously it's not enough, but you can just jump down and do the exact same thing that we've done before with the previous part, and just drop it down in this channel here, and then it will go down the waterfall, and you'll follow exactly the same pattern that the other one followed. And then all we need to do is attach the part to the robot, and I've left all of this as well, so in order for you guys to see exactly what I'm doing, it's the exact same thing as I've done before, so it's not like I'm doing anything different right now, but I just want to show it to you so you guys can see exactly how I bought some of these parts in here. The final one is going to be a little bit different. So that one, I definitely, you actually have to fly one of these boxes out from the top, and it was so hard to get the hook right on the last part, but hopefully with my help and with my mistakes, you'll be able to work out exactly how to do it. So just drop the box in here again, and we've got the secondary arm, and we just need to attach the arm onto the robot in here, and then all we're missing is the leg, which is the last bit of this puzzle. And then we need to climb on top of the robot and take it all the way down to a specific temple, and for that there's a lot of fighting, there's a lot of Hynixes along the way, and lots of baddies. I try to avoid as many of them as possible, but there's only one tip. I left the ending to that just before we got into the temple. There's only one tip that I need to give you there, and I will show you when the time comes, which is not going to be far from now. Right, so you see the skeleton in here. You can just climb on top of this skeleton in here. All the area is dark now. There's going to be quite a few routes that you can activate around this area, so if you want to brighten up the place, that's the best way. So when you go to the right, you'll see that there's going to be, on top of the skeleton, it's going to be this plant in here. You want to climb it, because to the left there's going to be a few enemies, and to the right is the platform that you need to land onto in order to get over to that last bit, which is the left leg of the robot, is going to be here. And in this area here, there's not much to do, but what is there to do is quite difficult. You know, it was really hard to work out a working way of doing this, despite it being very simple. Right, so you got the panel in here. We're going to activate this panel, and we're going to get the box coming down, and we're going to put that box obviously onto one of those trays on the right hand side with the fans, and we're going to activate it and get it over to the top platform, and that is going to be the hardest one. So we need to carry this one, just put it in there. Very easy to do this bit, and then just climb on top of it, and we strike the fans, and the fans are going to activate, kick this thing over to the top. It's quite it was a little bit touching that bit. Now what we need to do is, there's going to be 2 of these hooks in here. Initially I started to put it like this, but this won't work. We need to attach it to 2 hooks, so you need to attach 2 hooks together. As you can see, there's one to the right in there, and this is what it's going to look like. 2 hooks attached together, and then you're going to put that in the box right underneath it to give you enough space so you can kind of like carry it from the bottom. And we're going to go and do these, and we're going to get to this area here, and what we're going to do is hold it here as long as you can, exactly like we did with that door, that lifting door. We hold it as long as we possibly can, and then we're going to go underneath and we're going to click on that recall. We're going to go underneath here, use ascend, a lot of different elements at the same time. So ascend in here, I took a very long time to do that. You should be able to do this a lot quicker, and then as you can see, that thing is going to be right below us, so we can reach it. And once we can reach it, then we can bring it over to this side. And that's the only way that I can work out how to do this. It was just so annoying I spent so much time in here, it's ridiculous. Then what we need to do is do the exact same thing. We need to put it back onto these platforms here with the fans, and attach it and get it up towards the top. And this is going to be the final bit in here. So we got a ramp in here, we just need to take it out first. And there's going to be some chests on the right hand side to the top. I didn't include them because the video was becoming really long, so I'll tell you exactly how I did it. So I got a wing from up the top, one of those flying devices, and I did it exactly like this, with the fan at the back, with the steering column at the front, and then I just went for it and landed right next to where the robot is, which is going to be right down there. You won't face any enemies now because you're flying, so basically all you need to do is land down here and put your last bit onto the robot, and that's really it. That's going to be the end of this one in here. And then obviously you need to ride the robot down to where the area that you need to go into, basically. So there's going to be a really long cutscene when you do this, when you attach the last element to the robot. So all we need to do is I've cut all of that cutscene out. I've just put like the initial bit, what happens exactly, how when you attach the last bit, the robot kind of like comes to life, and you'll be able to ride it. You'll be able to kind of like take it, and obviously, you know, you will have weapons, but the weapons will get destroyed as well. There is one thing that you need to do right just before you get to the temple, and that is going to be, you need a cannon to defeat the Ganon. If you haven't got a cannon, you're going to need to like revert from a save, because you won't be able to stun it. And in order for you to defeat that Ganon, is going to be or the construct. I think it's like it's a construct that's been taken over by a spirit. I think that's what it is. I don't really want to go into it. I don't want to spoil it, but it's a construct that you have to fight, and you need to have, as you can see in here, what I did was see the spirit temple. That's when we need to go into, but you can't follow that because it's like a dot on your map. It's going to be very easy to get there. That's not going to be the issue. It's fighting, as you can see, right next to the dot. So you just need to make sure that you get one of these things in here, one spiky ball, and you're going to have one of these cannons on the right hand side, and that's going to be the only way to actually do this, because if you haven't got a cannon on your right hand side, you won't be able to do it. Basically, it's you have to stun it. As you can see, I haven't got one, and I had to go all the way back in order to get one because I couldn't do it. You know, like I had to revert from the save in order to get one to defeat the Ganon, because there would be no way. And as you can see, there's going to be like a cut, and I'm going to have one of these cannons on the right hand, and that's the way that you stun it. You shoot the cannon, you stun it, and then you go and just deal some damage. That's the only way. But I'll be uploading the fight with that construct anyway, so it should be very, very helpful for you guys in trying to defeat this construct. But I guess this is it now. Thank you very much for watching. If you did like this video, or if this video helped you, please give us a like. Consider subscribing so I can continue releasing more content like this. I'll be back again with some more Tears of the Kingdom very, very soon. As you can tell, my voice is gone. I've got a really bad cough, so that's the reason why this video was a little harder to do. But hopefully I'll feel better in the following ones. So I guess this is it for this one, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.